Oh hey internet, what's up? Welcome back. Welcome back to the Type QQ gaming channel. Welcome back to Kaikan. And we're gonna check out another ship in our quest to kind of, figure out the game first before we get too wild and crazy. First I think it was homing, then it was the wide shot, and now we're going to just check with the sort of maybe default, choice A, napalm, which I find is a little strangely named. However, I kind of get the idea. Right now, it's just a sort of simple, like, dual green shot, but once we pick up there, our sort of power up, we kind of get the idea of what napalm actually is designed to do, and that's kind of leave a sort of blast radius that kind of sticks on the stage and damages enemies that kind of hang around that circle. So it is, you can name it a lot of different things, but yeah, it's a sort of burst or blast type of, or even like a bomb, that sort of deal where, your shots leave an impact that also deals damage. So napalm certainly is correct as well, although you'd almost feel more of like a cinder, an incendiary type of attack, other than a sort of almost like bullets and explosions. But all the same, I think it's effective. You kind of get the idea of what it's all about. It's constant, almost like a poison damage maybe, or just something that's persistent after you've already shot. But yeah, not going to really dive into it terribly too much beyond that. But so far it's a pretty good ship, a pretty good option, I would say, especially if you're the sort that kind of wants to take a more aggressive approach, wants to get in face of enemies, and if accuracy and speed is your thing, I don't see how napalm could really do you wrong. Just immediately on this stage one, if you're, kind of locking on and aiming on enemies, they are really no match. And even as clumsy and stupid as we are when we play this, we held that grade A for quite a while. Very, very easy to drop things in with this weapon. However, I'm not going to say it's our favorite so far. I think I'm going to try out the majority of them, if not all of them. Unless there's one that just really sticks out as utter terrible, and I'm not even going to waste my time with it. And then I might want to go back to homing before we make a final decision of who we're going to, give our rose to. But check out the damage. Just melting this boss. And pretty swell that we had all those bonus points there, as we pretty much pick the whitest word in the white dictionary. That went really swell, friends. But I'm not going to focus on milking bosses right away. I think once, if there comes a time where we are just 1cc in this game, and we are looking for a challenge, we'll worry about becoming the best Pokemaster ever, and start milking everything for its worth. But, as it stands right now, I don't think we can get out of level 4, so we're not going to worry about it too much, unless we discover that, like I said in the previous videos, if we're, dangerously close to extends that would otherwise, bring us closer to finishing this game, we're not going to worry about milking terribly too much. Although I think maybe a little effort would be kind of interesting, just to see what would happen. But we're not going to, draw out anything, Objective number 1 is trying not to bash our head against every bullet, Then we'll worry about, Objective 1, worrying about not doing stupid shit like that. Then we'll worry about capitalizing on all our bonus points. But level 2 here, certainly adding more bullets on the screen, but napalm is doing a pretty fantastic job of just killing everything rather quick. Whether it's a single enemy or like clouds of these popcorn enemies, that sort of blast the blast the napalm gives you is pretty devastating. mean, maybe not the widest shot ever. You know, certainly the blasts are pretty decent, but you know, you certainly don't get the coverage neither wide shot or homing gives you. But concentrated, you know, concentrated damage certainly is, you know, concentrated and persistent damage is certainly its case, or certainly its strength. And there's our focus shot as well. Tighten up our beams right there and really that really put a number on this boss. Yeah, that is just no bueno for that boss. Taking our auto bomb there, but that's kind of why we're keeping it, I think. We're not really going to worry about using the bomb for bonus points like I said before, unless we are kind of, you know, cautiously close to extends. We're just going to use it to, you know, protect our continues, or our stock lives rather. On to the next stage, on to stage 3. This level usually claims about, I think on average, about one life now. And there's particular areas that have been getting away with it. Especially when we cross the river, or just after when we cross the river. Seems to be a good place. The game likes to cheat us out of a life. But picking up enough medals to fill our bomb gauge would probably be objective number 1. And there it is right there. So at least now we're somewhat protected from making the inevitable stupid mistake. It's certainly a much more extreme level than past levels that came before it. There's a cool point there. And there goes our auto bomb. Pretty much not where I figured it would be, but I'm not surprised either. It's actually, there it is. There it is. That little exchange with the enemy, I'm not sure if I have to kind of like know what's coming within seconds in advance or something like that. Just know exactly when the game comes around, because that's been a sort of knuckleball. That's been just a puzzle we have not been able to crack, you know, since the very first video. I mean, granted, we haven't made too many, but you'd figure, you know, eventually it's not the game's fault for for fooling us any longer. It's really our own fault. You know, fool me once, that sort of thing. Alright, so we'll see how this boss fares against the concentrated evil of napalm here. And that's a pretty nasty attack, especially when everything starts kind of moving chaotically. And there it is. Quickly drop down to our final life here. However, those attacks, if you're positioned properly, not going to really pose much of a problem. Alright. Making it on to the next stage, but not with a whole lot of sticking power. Luckily, there are some warning when some of these enemies show up. With the crosshairs popping up. And this certainly can be a level that could either be really great or really dangerous for us, where there's a lot of like sort of battleships that can take that sort of get beat up really quick by the sort of concentrated shots, or the sort of high number of enemies kind of flying around. So it'll be interesting in future videos to see how this works out. There goes our auto bomb there. So really on our last life there. And there it is. Taken down via melee, you know, sort of kamikaze strike. Of course we got the 9 continues, but we're not going to really worry about it quite yet. Third best run, so maybe not as good as we had thought. But that's going to be it for now. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. We'll come back and play some more.